Welcome back to Paper Highlighter, the place where reality TV gets louder, messier, and juicier than you ever imagined. Tonight's lineup, oh, buckle up. First up, Colt Johnson can't hide this one. Cortney straight up accuses him of not being able to perform in the bedroom, dropping the dreaded ED bombshell. And just when you think it couldn't get worse, his ex-wife Vanessa jumps in, trolling him with claims he secretly pops those little blue pills. The man who once bragged about 7 times a day? Yeah, fans aren't letting him live this one down. Meanwhile, Rob has fans buzzing with his comeback glow-up. Calm, poised, and unbothered, he's giving off king vibes this season. But is it real growth or just a masterclass in image rehab? Viewers can't stop debating. And then there's Tim. A single moment of him fixing Chantel's hair sparked a full-blown internet storm. Supporters call him authentic, caring, even iconic. Critics? They're dragging his look, his vibe, and speculating nonstop about his identity. Is Tim misunderstood or masterfully edited? But hold on, because Jasmine is at the center of the season's wildest storyline yet. Baby rumors, gym floor confessions, and whispers of a messy love triangle with Gino and Matt. Fans are trying to untangle timelines and paternity theories like it's their final exam. And finally, Jennifer thought she could skate past the drama. But with money receipts, messy hookups, and whispers about what really went down in Rob's room, her empire of lies might be crashing down on screen. Viewers are locked in for an epic collapse. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's about to go down. So hit that like button, smash subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss the next round of tea. Now, let's kick things off with Colt's very awkward bedroom confession. From boasting about 7 times a day to being called out for not even getting started, Colt Johnson's bedroom secrets are finally out and the internet is losing it. The 90 Day Fiancé alum, known for his messy relationships and outrageous claims, is now facing the kind of scandal you can't cover up with excuses. Cortney just went public with jaw-dropping accusations about his performance, or lack thereof, and Vanessa, his ex-wife, jumped in with receipts of her own. Let's rewind. Colt and Cortney's relationship has been under the microscope from the start, with fans questioning if the two could ever go the distance given Colt's infamous past. Well, this week's revelations just poured gasoline on the fire. In a clip that TLC themselves shared online, Cortney exposed the shocking truth. She claimed Colt couldn't even, quote, make it hard for her. That's right, she flat out accused him of erectile dysfunction on camera. Cortney didn't hold back. She said not only had they not sealed the deal yet, but she wasn't sure he was even attracted to her. Fans were floored, especially since Colt once bragged about his wild bedroom stamina. The contradiction was too much for social media to ignore. And suddenly, memes, jokes, and disbelief flooded every corner of Reddit and Twitter. And just when you thought Colt might find a way to wriggle out of the embarrassment, in swoops Vanessa, his former wife, with the ultimate troll. She hopped into the comments section and casually dropped the bomb. He takes Viagra. Ouch! Talk about adding insult to injury. For a guy who once wore his 7 times a day reputation like a badge of honor, this revelation flipped the narrative completely. Colt, of course, tried to defend himself. He blamed lingering pain from his leg injury, explaining that things sort of worked during oral intimacy, but full performance just wasn't happening. He insisted medication was part of the problem, not just the solution. But by that point, the damage was done and the internet already had its headline, and Colt's reputation was taking hits left and right. The drama didn't stop there. Cortney also hinted at deeper trust issues with Colt. She revealed that while she was trying to build an exclusive relationship, she wasn't sure if Colt was still chatting up other women. Case in point, he admitted another woman had sent him flowers after hearing about his accident. For Cortney, that was a red flag. Given Colt's history of cheating scandals, fans immediately took her side, warning her to be cautious. Meanwhile,
Fans started stacking the receipts against him. Remember, this isn't Colt's first messy storyline. Between his volatile split with Larissa, his rocky history with Jess, and now Cortney and Vanessa spilling the tea, viewers have started to call him the king of scandals. Some fans even joked that Colt has officially dethroned himself from bedroom bragging rights, replacing them with a humiliating storyline that TLC producers must be eating up. One particularly brutal meme showed Colt's old 7 times a day quote side by side with Vanessa's Viagra comment, captioned, "Math ain't mathin'." Another user quipped, "So he's gone from marathon man to not even a warm-up jog?" The internet is savage, and Colt's ego took the brunt of it. But behind the laughs and trolling, there's a layer of sympathy from a handful of fans. Some pointed out that erectile dysfunction is a common issue, especially for someone recovering from injuries. They argued that mocking him crosses the line into body shaming and medical privacy territory. Still, with TLC pushing the storyline front and center, producers know this is reality TV gold.
Don't touch that dial, because if you thought Colt's storyline was messy, wait until you see the shocking glow-up from a cast member who fans swore was a lost cause. Rob just flipped the script, and viewers are debating whether it's genuine change or calculated PR. This season of 90 Day Fiancé has given us chaos in spades, but one of the biggest surprises isn't about fights or breakups. It's about a man who suddenly went from the most dragged cast member online to being hailed as a king. Let's talk about Rob. For years, his reputation on the show has been rocky, to put it lightly. He's carried baggage, sparked controversy, and rarely came off as the calm, collected type. But this season, it's like watching a completely different person. Fans first noticed it in the way Rob carried himself on camera. He wasn't flinching when the drama heated up. He wasn't lashing out or throwing digs. Instead, he sat back, calm, steady, even dignified. Viewers quickly picked up on it, dubbing him Unbothered Rob and praising the maturity he seemed to radiate. Over on Reddit, the conversation turned fast. Longtime critics, people who admitted they dragged him to hell in earlier seasons, were suddenly confessing they found him likable. One commenter wrote, "If you had never seen the past, you'd think he's the most grounded guy on this entire cast." Another chimed in, "This is not the Rob I used to hate. This is a man who learned, evolved, and now looks 10 times classier than everyone around him." But of course, not everyone's buying it. Critics argue that what we're seeing might not be growth at all, just good strategy. Think about it. Rob has been burned by fan backlash before. So could this quiet, zen-like persona be less about interchange and more about a calculated image rehab? After all, for reality stars, perception is currency. That debate has become one of the season's hottest topics. Supporters are ready to hand Rob his crown, while skeptics warn, don't be fooled. One fan summed it up perfectly. It's not that he's changed, it's that he knows how to sit there and look like he has. Adding fuel to the fire, the edit itself seems designed to showcase Rob's glow-up. Producers are zooming in on his reactions, cutting to his composed face whenever chaos breaks out. It's almost as if they're in on the narrative, framing him as the steady rock while others unravel. That kind of storytelling makes audiences want to root for him, and it's working. Still, the shadow of his past looms large. Fans haven't forgotten the messy antics, the arguments, the questionable choices from previous seasons. Social media threads are filled with reminders of his old behavior, with some users flat out refusing to believe the change is authentic. The divide is sharp. Half the fandom is crowning him a king, while the other half is convinced it's all smoke and mirrors. And yet, whether you love him or side-eye him, one thing is undeniable. Rob is winning screen time by doing almost nothing.
That's the irony. While others scream, cry, and claw their way into the spotlight, Rob's silence is making him the loudest presence on the show. It's classic reality TV judo, turning restraint into the ultimate flex. Keep it locked, because if you thought Rob's quiet glow-up was explosive, wait until you see what happens when Tim's hair-fixing moment spirals into a full-blown social media firestorm. 90 Day Fiancé's Tim Malcolm has always been a polarizing figure, but one small on-camera moment, him fixing Chantel's hair, ignited a massive social media storm. Now, fans are more divided than ever over whether he's the most authentic cast member or the biggest contradiction on reality TV. Here's how it all went down. In a scene that was already tense, Veronica tried to reassure viewers by saying Tim could be masculine once he felt comfortable, but the editors had other plans. Just as those words left her mouth, the cameras cut to Tim fussing over Chantel's hair, brushing it back into place like a stylist mid-shoot. That split-second edit was all it took to set fan forums ablaze. Some viewers thought it was shady editing, a deliberate move by producers to reinforce old stereotypes about Tim's masculinity. Others argued it was simply Tim being Tim, gentle, meticulous, and unapologetically himself. Either way, the contradiction was glaring, and it gave the internet a brand new meme. Supporters rallied fast. Instagram comments praised him for being authentic, kind, and the best girl dad energy on the show. One fan even compared him to a glam rock icon from the 70s, saying his unique style made him stand out in a sea of cookie-cutter reality stars. Another gushed, and Tim is a godsend. He's real, caring, and you can tell he'd look after any woman lucky enough to have him. Elise Benson herself even jumped in, backing him up publicly as the best. But then came the backlash. Critics wasted no time dragging his look, his wardrobe, and his mannerisms. Comments like, "The closet is glass" and "just come out already" flooded Reddit threads. Some fans even joked about how exhausting it must be to live with someone so particular, claiming his vibe would be draining day after day. The divide between praise and mockery was razor sharp, and it only fueled the drama. And of course, the conspiracy theorists had their say. Multiple fans speculated that TLC producers intentionally feed the "is Tim gay" narrative by editing clips like this one to keep viewers buzzing. They pointed out how this isn't the first time Tim's masculinity has been under the microscope and questioned whether production is manipulating his image for ratings. Meanwhile, Tim himself didn't shy away. He leaned into his individuality, doubling down on his style choices and reminding fans he's not here to fit into anyone's box. And whether you love him or love to critique him, it's hard to deny Tim always gives people something to talk about. So what makes this such a standout moment? It's the collision of perception, identity, and reality TV editing. To his supporters, Tim is one of the few cast members who feels genuine. He's not playing a role, he's just living out loud. To his critics, he's the walking definition of contradiction. And in the middle, TLC, fanning the flames with every strategic cut. The reactions kept pouring in. Twitter threads debating whether the moment was sweet or shady. TikToks replaying the hair fix over and over with captions like, "This is peak Tim energy." And Facebook groups turning the clip into full-blown character studies. For one tiny gesture, the internet managed to spin out an entire narrative about identity, masculinity, and authenticity. And just when you think the drama can't get any juicier, keep it locked, because coming up next, Jasmine finds herself tangled in love triangles, baby rumors, and money talk, and fans are scrambling to piece together the messiest timeline yet. She's been at the center of 90 Day Fiancé drama before, but this time, Jasmine isn't just juggling romance. She's balancing whispers of a baby bump, legal twists, and two men who may both have claims to her heart and maybe her child. It all kicked off during a gym scene with Matt. Jasmine dropped the line, "Right person, wrong time." But what got fans buzzing wasn't what she said, it was what she didn't say. Across social media, commenters immediately called her out. One fan bluntly posted, "She forgot to mention that he has money." Others insisted her chemistry with Matt wasn't about feelings. It was about survival, strategy, and securing a future. The twist? Pregnancy speculation has been swirling around Jasmine for months. Threads on Facebook and Reddit exploded with theories that she may have been pregnant during filming, sparking endless debate about who the father could be. Some viewers swear they spotted a bump in earlier specials. Others remind us that TLC's timeline lags months behind real life, leaving plenty of room for speculation. That's where things get sticky. By law, if Jasmine was still legally married to Gino at the time, he could be recognized as the father on paper, even if Matt was the biological dad. Fans wasted no time dissecting Michigan statutes, drawing diagrams, and essentially turning into armchair attorneys. One viral comment summed it up: Gino for the visa, Matt for the baby. Meanwhile, Jasmine's balancing act isn't limited to romance. On screen, she insists she doesn't want to give Matt false hope. Off screen, fans think she's playing both men like chess pieces. Gino remains tied to her legally, financially, and emotionally, while Matt looks like the shiny new future. But does Jasmine really want a new beginning, or is she hedging her bets until one option becomes more secure? Then there's Matt himself. Reactions are split right down the middle. Some fans see him as sincere, too good for the chaos swirling around Jasmine, and urge him to run, don't walk, out of the mess. Others argue he's no innocent bystander, that stepping into Jasmine's orbit was his choice, and maybe even his plan to grab a slice of that TLC spotlight. But the majority of chatter still circles back to Jasmine. She's been called manipulative, a master strategist, and the most entertaining player the show has ever had. Others insist she's simply surviving in a system designed to put women like her under maximum scrutiny. Whatever side you're on, there's no denying Jasmine knows how to keep viewers talking. The pregnancy chatter only fuels the frenzy. Was she hiding it on camera? Was the show edited to downplay it? Did TLC know and deliberately build a cliffhanger around it? Fans are zooming into screenshots, comparing outfits, and speculating about filming timelines like amateur detectives. One theory even suggested TLC sat on the footage specifically to maximize shock value at the reunion. In the end, Jasmine has once again managed to make herself the headline, without even confirming or denying anything directly. Whether she's actually pregnant, juggling two men, or simply gaming the system, the effect is the same. She's the storyline everyone's chasing, and the one that guarantees fans will tune in week after week. And just when you thought things couldn't get more explosive, don't touch that dial. Because coming up next, Jennifer's web of lies may finally unravel with receipts, accusations, and one very messy Rob connection ready to blow up on screen. For weeks, Jennifer has been skating through drama, deflecting and dodging. But now, with money transfers, explosive accusations, and whispers about what really went down with Rob, fans are calling this the ultimate downfall storyline. Let's rewind to where the cracks started showing. Jennifer thought she could keep her story straight, but Tim rolled up with receipts. 15 transfers proving he'd sent her money, contradicting her claims on camera. That moment flipped the energy instantly. Instead of sympathy, Jennifer got slammed with outrage. Fans blasted her for talking over others, shrugging off accountability, and flashing that now infamous smirk when confronted. It didn't stop there. Cole piled on, bluntly declaring, "Jen lies all the time." The delivery had fans howling, calling it one of the funniest moments of the season. But it also reopened old wounds, reminding viewers of her past controversies. From boasting about Jesse during a tell-all to denying she slept with a much younger boyfriend, Jennifer's history of questionable claims resurfaced like fuel on the fire. And then came the whispers about Rob. Rumors swirled that something happened between Jennifer and him behind closed doors. The preview teased a bombshell confrontation in Rob's room, and fans are counting down the minutes until it airs. If those clips deliver what the internet suspects, Jennifer could be exposed in front of the entire cast on national TV. For Cole, who many believe genuinely had feelings for her, the fallout could be devastating to watch. Meanwhile, Jennifer's appearance sparked its own storm. That oversized choker she wore? Fans flooded the comments, demanding to know what she was hiding. Others mocked her style, calling it a distraction technique to pull attention from the mess unraveling around her. The insults didn't hold back. Manipulative, narcissistic, a gold digger, the list goes on. Some even argued she thrives on this chaos, deliberately playing men against each other just to stay relevant. Still, a few skeptics questioned if the drama was just too over the top to be real. "This is way too cuckoo to be normal," one commenter wrote, hinting that producers may be scripting or editing to exaggerate the scandal. That theory gained traction when side-by-side screenshots suggested strategic cuts designed to highlight Jennifer's smirk every time she got caught. Whether calculated or organic, the drama worked. She became the season's lightning rod. The anticipation for the Rob reveal has reached the peak fever. Social media threads are stacked with speculation. Did she sleep with him? Did she just flirt? Was it emotional, physical, or both? And most importantly, will TLC actually air the unfiltered truth? Or will we be left piecing it together through fan leaks and social media hints? Either way, Jennifer's brand is in trouble. What began as a confident performance has turned into a cautionary tale about overplaying your hand. With Tim's receipts, Cole's savage commentary, and the looming Rob cliffhanger, fans believe she's teetering on the edge of total collapse. If you love the tea tonight, smash that like button, hit subscribe, ring that bell so you never miss a drop, and jump into the comments with your hottest takes. We read them all. And don't forget to follow us on socials for even spicier updates between uploads.